we're going to dig into the finance numbers. So here we are. Oh, all right. Really?
Oh, yeah.
So here's the profit and loss statement, and it's a fun part to do. So what is profit and loss? Is basically showing where the income came from and what expenses we did. And so far we have 2-month statements with us, that is July and August. For September, we still have to receive the numbers from the headquarters. That's why I'm presenting July and August. And if you see at the numbers, the good part is in July, we had the installation dinner, and that's the money came from there, $4,002.88 from selling the tickets. And the membership revenue was, for the July was $650, and for August, it is $3,431. It's a huge number to get for the month of August. So what happens is, when a Toastmaster pays the money to Toast for monthly payment, $750, 25% of the money comes back to the district. So that's the money we received, that is for 25%, $3,431. And that's a huge number for the month of August as compared to the last year. So let's give one big round of applause to the operating employees. And then the total revenue for the 2 months is approximately touching $8,000 if you total the total district revenue for July and August. And then where we spend the money? We spend the money at TLI. Do you know for TLI expenses, $1,450 was the breakfast expense. That was a huge money that went into the breakfast. And we're still getting the bills for TLI. If you forgot TLI, I did not. Because I'm still getting the bills. And then marketing expenses. The marketing expenses went a little high because we paid Distinguished Club incentive, which was last term program, but we paid the bills in July and August. So it comes in our accounting year. Then on communication and PR, the bills are, it looks like we don't spend any money on communication PR. We do spend money on meetups and those, but that bills came up in September. Then education and training, we spent huge money in that area. You can see we spent $800 around in July, and in August we spent $2,800. So these were all the officers training that we make up trainings, and that is people went up. Then administration expenses. You won't believe we paid $1,300 deposit out of the $2,600 bill for this venue, DECM venue. So we paid around $2,600, and out of that $1,300 were paid in July. So we had to pay them upfront that money for the 8 meetings we're going to have in our term. And travel expenses, they are far less than what are the actual expenses because most of the numbers are being reimbursed in the month of September. Travel includes the travel to the convention and the district leaders travel, so we reimburse a little small number of miles to them. And the other expenses are from the award installation dinner and TI allocation. So far, it looks like we had a negative, but we will recover that numbers in September. Okay, so that's the P&L for 2 months. Can I explain? Oh, the best part, everybody waiting for. So the first question is, how many days we have to get the reimbursement? 60 days? I don't like 60 days. No. Any other guess?
3 days.
Yes, I like that. I love you, Beth. See, if you send me on the 60th day to reimburse, it's very difficult because this is a process I have to run through. I would highly recommend if you can get the reimbursement done in 30 days. And trust us, we did reimbursement in 3 days. Right, Kevin? For an open house, we did it right away in 3 days. We did the reimbursement. The reason is I give you the deadline of 30 days so that I can process the check and you get your money back before you have to pay your credit card statement. So get it reimbursed in 30 days. How you can get the money back? I need the complete vouchers. Please, if the vouchers are not complete, I won't be able to reimburse. And the receipt, I need a complete picture of the receipt. Sometimes I get your fingerprints, I get your nail arts, I get your tabletops, I get your bed pictures. Thank you for that. I know the bed sheets at your home, but I get all sort of nail arts in my, I can give a presentation on that. There's a way to click the receipts pictures. So I can give a workshop on that. So I don't mind getting the nail arts, but thing is that I need the complete receipt pictures. And then for the division directors, may I know how many are division directors are present? Can you raise your hands? Division directors. Wow, cool. Most of them are here. So there's a quick way to get reimbursed. You get your money back. And that's Concur Solutions. This is a platform we are using. And I'm going to do a Zoom presentation to how to use Concur Solutions. And it will make it very, very easy and simple. And we're going to announce a date very soon. And there's some isolation. Makeup trainings, we had it in July and August. If you did your makeup training in August and you still not reimbursed, you still have time. But if you did it in July, you're now late. I'm sorry. That was your part of it. And open house incentives, we still have 1 month, until October 31st, we have this open house, and you can grab $50 from us for that. So thank you. And back to Kevin.
I got to see Kevin at the Power Hour this Wednesday, but I think it's my turn now. We're on to club coaching. How many of you were at the area director, division director training this summer? I was looking at the slides, and I know we've covered this material before, so I think it's fair game to ask you a few questions from what you remember. Area directors, when is the end of the Toastmaster year? June 30, 2020 is the end of the Toastmaster year. What is the responsibility of a club coach? Distinguished status of the club. That means 20 members, net growth of 5, also getting those education achievements, and distinguished club program, definitely. How do you be eligible to be a club coach?
You have to apply and get appointed.
Yes, you have to apply to get appointed, formally assigned, and also you cannot be a member of the club that you want to coach. Very important. You can join after becoming a coach. How many of you are trying to get your DTM right now? Yes. You have until the end of the Toastmaster year, and being a coach, it works either with legacy or pathways. I talked to a few of you this morning. You said that you want to wait for that mentorship opportunity because it's only 6 months. I know what that's like as an area director. We want an efficient way to a DTM, but I will tell you that finding those mentorship opportunities is really challenging. Coaching is the way to go. What's really great is that when you serve as a successful club coach, it fulfills the district leader requirement. So you want to be a successful club coach by the end of this year. Are there any questions on being a club coach? These are kind of the FAQs, and they're also on the Toastmaster National website.
What's the time commitment for a club coach? How much do we spend on a specific club?
Thank you. What is the time commitment for a club coach? I know you're really busy. You want to know how much time you need to invest. When you're a club coach, you can share this responsibility with another club coach. Some clubs, they meet every week. Some clubs meet once a month, some twice a month. You share that responsibility and you motivate the officers so that they can do the work themselves. You can work through them. Ideally, you want a coach at every meeting.
Also, they should be going to the club's executive committee meeting.
That's interesting. To go to the executive meeting, the officer meeting, that would help them become distinguished by the end of the Toastmaster year.
Do you have to be a successful coach in order to be given credit to be a good coach?
Great, yes. You need to have distinguished status with your club to get credit, to be successful. Other programs, mentoring, it's a 6 months. You're going to get credit no matter what. But with coaching, you have to be successful.
If they don't make it that year, there's an extension possible.
Right, you can be reappointed for the next year. And I will also say, if it doesn't work as a club coach, if you don't really like the experience, you can withdraw. That's a possibility. And you can also have the club remove you as a club coach. That's also a possibility. So it's like dating. Hopefully. Any other questions? All right, I'll let you think about it. So this is like, you know, you have these animal shelters and you have a dog that's adorable and you want to adopt a dog. These are the clubs that I want you to consider becoming a club coach for. Now you see that a lot of them is at noon. And I know people work from 9 to 5, so that might not be the best slot. But on the right side, look at all these virtual opportunities. The ones that are highlighted, they're mornings and then also in the afternoon.
Virtual as in
Zoom.
Zoom?
Right. So virtual, you can zoom in. Let's start with Division A. How many of you are in A right now as an area director or division director? Any A's? Okay, I see Winnie, but she's already a coach for 2 clubs. So we're going to move on. No one in the house for A right now? Okay. I also have the cities, so if you're nearby, you can just drive over. B is Walnut Creek, Pittsburgh. Any B's in the house? Steve, would you like first dibs in these rare coaching opportunities?
Yeah, I'm planning on visiting early birds.
Awesome. Okay,
I'm gonna check it out.
very good. So now that you see all these coaching opportunities, does anyone want to volunteer to inquire and visit becoming possibly a coach for any of them? Wade, which one are you interested in?
Chamber,
Chamber?
open chamber, yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
Is this the entire list or are you going to scroll down?
Right, this is the list we have right now, I believe.
I would be, before I would sign up for anything, I would like to know kind of what's happening with them.
What's happening with them? Yes. You know, I don't know the specifics for each of them really. I would invite you to visit the club before assigning. So maybe not even an assignment, but who's interested? Who can tell me what they're interested in specifically? If you have one. Yes?
I have a question. So,
Yeah.
So if we don't know kind of what's going on with each club, what puts them on this list? What do you have to do to come on this list that may help us get an idea of what's wrong or what?
Okay, a lot of these clubs, they are low membership. There are fewer than 13 members. That's why they're on this list. We're trying to restore the quality of the club.
Could you be a coach for a club that you're already area director for?
Yes, that's a great question. So as long as you're not already a member of the club, you can be a club coach. And when I was area director last year, my biggest regret was not being a club coach for what I was an area director for, because that would have kind of killed 2 birds with 1 stone. If I had become a coach, got my clubs to distinguish, then as area director, I also would have benefited. So that's something to keep in mind. I'm going to have this list available. Come see me if you want to let me know about your interest. Just want to have that opportunity for you all. Ooh. Looks like it's Beth's turn.
Okay. So why do we do all these club visits? Is because our cars just need the exercise of driving around? I want to hear some guesses. Why do we do the area visit? Why do we go visit these clubs?
So let them know we're watching.
Ooh, big brother. I see a hand over here.
Make sure they don't die.
Ooh, that's grim. Very, very. I see a hand back there.
I think we visit them so that they know that we are all part of the same team.
Nice. That's a little positive. Okay, Hans gonna put.
To share best practices.
Ooh, very nice, very nice. Did I see Gaga there? No? Okay. Let's go back to one of our newer members. Say your name again?
Ramesh.
Darmish? Okay.
I mean, that also gives you an opportunity to grow yourself. You learn a lot.
Okay, I like that. I saw a hand over here.
I was gonna say to give support and to provide information. A lot of times, going there face to face and giving what we get here every month to those club officers kind of gives it kind of in their face, gives them someplace to go and talk to and ask questions.
Very nice, very nice. And also, guys, say your name just so everyone gets to know each other.
Carl.
Okay, Dr. Wade.
To let them know that there's help when they need it.
And
Or
Marissa.
even when they don't need it.
And Marissa?
To support their excellent experience.
Wonderful. So I put a few things and it seems like I already went ahead and so people could read it. Wait, I see one more hand.
To recognize their accomplishments,
Ooh, very
give them
nice.
awards, prizes.
That's always fun. Awards and I like surprises too. Yeah, so we have to effectively support them, and that means helping them learn about movement achievements, movements that we're doing, incentives, and to find out what they need help with, right? Going in and asking, how can I help you? How can our district help you? And I think one thing no one mentioned is looking for future leaders. Each of you will be moving on to your next adventure coming June. So it wouldn't be great to have someone stepping into your position behind you so you know all that hard work you've done is continuing. So looking for future leaders inside your club even now is a great way to look at that. So let's go through facts and myths of the area visit. There's a lot of interesting myths out there. So today's like Mythbusters. All right, number one, your president will fill out the club visit form. Has anyone heard this myth before? No? Okay. Yeah, that's a total myth, guys. You as the area director need to fill out the form with the support of your president, right? So Hans, do I have an area director?
No.
Okay. So Hans is my area director. He did a visit on Thursday, and if he sent me that form to fill out, I would be extremely disappointed in him. But I do want him to ask me questions like which people are getting their next cap level, what is the level, and when are they going to achieve it. I'm expecting him to have communication, me as the president of my club, just asking me questions, being interested. He showed up, and that was really appreciated also. Let's go to the next one. Your president doesn't receive a copy of the visit form in email. Who believes this myth? Anybody? We've had people in the past put really rude comments about the meeting or the president into the club visit form, and that went directly to the president. So they do receive it, and they will read it because they're very interested. Just like when I get it from Hans, I'm going to read it very carefully to see how my club is doing in his eyes. So it's really important to actually go over what you're planning to put in. Saying, these are the things I've seen as strengths, these are a few things that I think we could do to help you. Do you agree? Do you want me to add any more? So having that conversation is really helpful. Next myth. No one reads or cares about the club visit form. Anybody believe this myth? That no one reads it? Why am I entering all this data and no one's going to read it? Let's find out. Who has submitted their form already? Okay, Suda? Mark? Anyone else? Kate has submitted at least one, right, Kate? 2. And guess what? Who got a response? Thank you, Mark. We read those. We read every word and carefully we're looking for who's the next leader. How can we support? What can we do to help with membership, right, Janice? I just responded to that one last night. So we read them. Also, your division director reads them. Right, division directors?
Yes.
The thing, someone just asked, what's going on in those clubs? Guess what? We need to read the area visit report so we know what's going on in those clubs. And then when someone wants to be a coach, we can share. Look, the room is like hidden behind bushes and no one can find it. Just go in there and try to help them figure out how to put some sign, right? Whatever that problem is, we can help the club coach know what the problem is if we have that club visit report. It's our eyes and ears on the ground, not spies. And we use it to help the club become successful. All right, now we're going to do a fun activity around moments of truth. So let's start. Who knows what moments of truth is? Okay, a few people. So my husband was an area director last year, so I used him as like a sounding board for a lot of things. So who knows my husband? Dr. Wade? Okay, a few people. So I asked him, like, Steve, what would be a fun activity around moments of truth? He's like, I don't even know what that is. I'm like, oh, brother. Okay, let's start from the beginning. What is moments of truth? It is actually the same set of questions as we have on the club area visit form. These are the same exact things. So let's look at it. First impressions. What's going on when you first walk in? If you can't find the room, or if you have to go through security that you didn't know that you needed to go through, that's a first impression. When you walk in, did someone welcome you? Right? How did you find a seat, or was the room so small you couldn't find a seat? This is what's the problem at my club right now. We don't have enough space. Membership orientation. When you're talking with the president, ask them, how do you orient new members? What's the process? Do you have a process? Or is it just like someone joins and then, they may or may not ever show up. They don't know how to get on pathways. Like, what is that experience? Fellowship and variety. Did you go into a meeting and find that everyone just sat down and looked at their phones and no one smiled? Or is there a community in there? Program planning. Was the agenda created? Was it printed? Was it filled out ahead of time? Membership. Was there 2 people looking at each other awkwardly in the room? Or did it have like a full room with lots of people bringing lots of fresh ideas? And finally, do they recognize achievement? So this is another one where you have to ask the question of the president. How do you recognize achievement? And sometimes presidents are too busy with other problems and they forget that that's important. So just having that conversation could be a really good reminder. So this month, Moments of Truth, we're gonna do an activity right now. And we're gonna get into teams of 6. You'll notice that these big 4 flip charts on the wall. And we're gonna get into groups of 6, one little group around each of these. And we're gonna actually use DECM as our Toastmasters Club. Let's pretend like we're a once a month Toastmasters Club. Kevin is the president, and he gathers us, he puts the agenda together and builds in speakers. So let's go ahead and just pretend like that, and we're gonna run a Moments of Truth. So little groups of 6 little groups are gonna get around each of these boards, and you're gonna put down, what are the positives about our Toastmasters Club? This group right here. And then what are the negatives? Like, what can you do better? How about first impressions, program planning? Do we have fun? Do we have a member, or like, did you get oriented when you joined this club? All right, and I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes to do this exercise. So once you get to the table, so basically self-appoint yourself, walk to one of these white sticky things. There's one over here. Kevin, did you want to add something?
I was gonna say we should give people numbers.
Okay, do you want to help me count off?
All right, Diane, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which means you're 2, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3,
4,
5.
6,
1, 2, 3, 4,
8%?
5.
6.
All
I'll
right.
take 2.
All right, good. And I'm gonna time, and so you have 5 minutes, so go to your boards.
So which one's
Well, okay, so moment, first is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that was a good question. Thank you for that. So basically, yes, and I have all the markers right here. Thanks, Kevin. So 6 is over here. Oh, 1. Yeah. Okay, good. Hi, can you recognize do you think people get recognized? So, right? Yes. No, All right, you guys have about 1 minute left, so make sure you have a few people from each. All right, is everyone about done? Raise your hand if you guys have drained everything you could possibly think of. All right, raise your hands. Raise your hand. We have 2 people, 3 people who are on this side. All right, just go ahead and finish writing that one down. And now we are done with this part of the meeting. So now, don't leave. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do a gallery tour. So does everyone have a pen? A regular pen? I have a bunch of regular pens. So now what you're gonna do is walk around to each board and write your initials. You can write it 3 times next to something that you actually think is like a really good point. All right? So you're gonna visit everyone else's board and write your initials up to 3 times on each board. Well, something you think is really important for us maybe to improve upon. Or you think we need to keep
I did.
Make sure that you look at every 3 total or 3 times. You can write your initials a total of 3 times, so make sure you verify. On the whole room, you can only put your initials. If I go and see initials more than 3 times, I'm going to choose it.
That's confusing. You told me 3 on each one.
No, you can only write your initials a total of 3 times, so save your vote for the right place. You can only vote 3 times. On separate chart. Yep. Who needs a pen? You're looking for what's the most impactful thing you could do to make something better or to keep something.
But it's 3 per board.
Nope, it's 3 total times.
Oh, okay, I couldn't really do it, thank you for being here. Focus on engaging stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Don't be looking for it, we're just making up our own interpretation.
You have about a minute and a half left, so make sure you visited every board to share at least up to 3 votes on any number of items. All right, has everyone visited all the boards yet? All right, raise your hand if you visited all the boards. All right, will the groups from each board return to their boards, the original board, so that we can discuss which ones had the highest votes that they wrote down? Return to your original board and to see, maybe you wrote something that has a lot of votes. So you can try to now see what is the highest impactful things we can do to make this club better. Okay, so let's go ahead, let's start with first impressions. What's the highest voted item on your first impressions? First impressions.
The first positive, we got food. People love food.
Okay, so people like food.
And on the first impression, the negative was not every division representative was here today. We got 6 votes on that.
All right, let's go to member orientation.
Our highest was training with six votes.
Meaning that we need more training or?
No, that's the positive that we had.
Training?
And then for the negative, there was 3 votes for follow through. What's the next action?
All right, great. Let's go to fellowship and variety activities.
We had 2 that had a high number. We had the exercises and for the learning activities that were very positive for this club. And then on the negative side, we all would like to see a long-term calendar so that we can start early on our planning. And we do have one preview into a future meeting talking about the contest, but I think we need to start that earlier so we can advance. Thank you.
Wonderful. Program planning and meeting organization. What's the highest voted items?
No attendance.
That's a negative?
Yeah. And then, the reminders to attend is a positive.
Okay. All right, let's move over to membership strength.
We have committed members as the highest voted,
Okay.
positive, and too many members not in speaking opportunities for me.
Right, and now let's go to number 6.
Well, we had one, and that was the DECM posts, area directors and division directors are recognized.
Very good. Okay.
And that was it. No negatives, that was positive.
All right, so let's go ahead and go back to our seats. Thank you, guys. And now, what I did was, as we were reading those off, I actually wrote them down. So now we have a list. You can see what's the top parts of our club, right? Food. We got to keep doing food. So these are like, what do we keep doing? Right? We keep doing training. We keep doing exercises. We keep doing reminders. We keep being committed and doing recognition. So you can see we have a nice little concise list that we're all able to pull together in just like, I think, 10 minutes or so. And Steve and Gagavir, there's a lot of excitement over there, isn't there? But see, and these are the things, so this is like something Kevin and Ashley and I and the rest of the folks who put this together can really focus on. How do we improve? So we got to make sure we get more people. So we as a club could decide, maybe each of us will remind one of our teammates to come, right? Like, hey, we're gonna have so much fun. I hope we're gonna learn about contests. Like, come on out. Also, things we can do is make sure we have more follow-ups, right? We can also, thank you. We can also publish a calendar. So Ashley and I kind of know the things we're going to be doing, so we could tell those to kind of, and we could actually share that with you guys so you know what's coming up. Like, ooh, this is coming up on the schedule. And then spending more time doing speaking opportunities. So maybe something we could do is say like, okay, we're coming up on contests. Maybe someone who's ran a really great contest, we can outsource that presentation to one of you guys to come up and share some best practices. So right here, we've learned like, what is it, 5 things we can do to make our own little meeting better. So what I wanted you guys to take away from this is take this method of running this moments of truth back to your clubs. take it back and teach them how to run something like this. Now, if the club is smaller, they don't have to do it on like boards like this, they could do it on paper, but this is still a really nice way, so they can gather around just a sheet of paper and pass it around, or they can have a little group discussion. But moments of truth is a powerful way to, crowdsource good information on how to make something better, and then actually implement it, an action item. So we ran this for my own club, Electric Speakers, and we've come up with a lot of action items, and we're actually executing upon that to make the club better. The big thing is buy-in. You want all your members to buy in to the group of actions. If it was just the executives who come up with like, everyone needs to invite their friend, it's not gonna happen. It has to be the whole group that's like, oh, we need to do this to fix it. So today, we went through moments of truth. I want to hear some comments. What do you guys think about that? Can you take that back? Is it useful? Any more comments?
I like the way the groups were organized, instead of asking them, numbering was great.
Very good. Thank you, Kevin, for that one. Any other comments?
I just like how quick it was. I mean, you get a really good consensus of the group within just a matter of minutes.
Yes, it was 10 minutes, 5 minutes for each of the parts. Any other comments?
I like the way you demonstrated on how to do it in an effective way.
Yeah, thank you. All right, and now I'm going to bring us to break time, everyone's favorite.
10 minutes.
10 minutes. 10 minutes, and we're back with more fun.
I think I'm back to step on that.
I'm going to see, I'm going to do it. Yeah, you're going. Okay, we'll figure it out.
And we want to make sure that we're recording our recognition. All right. Who here was at our VP of Pathways session? All right. If you think it was fantastic, please stand up. All right. Help me welcome our Janice Fairfield, our VP Pathways chair. We recognize. You're not speaking, you're being recognized. You're being recognized. You're being recognized. We have this for you. We have a fantastic Toastmaster sweater in a bag. That goes with it. Photo. All right, awesome job. And I know Janice is going to tell you all about what happened. It was fantastic. How many people were there? She's going to share a lot more. But it was really a spectacular event. And that's it for October because we really just met 2 weeks ago. All right, so we're going to recognize many more clubs and people. All right, so if you know an individual, a club, or a group of people you should recognize, send us an email. All right, your eyes and ears. If you see something, say something so we can recognize that. All right. We've also been doing a fantastic job getting officers trained. A fantastic job. We have Division D, 100%. Now 4 or more officers trained. In Juro, I think Division D has 26 clubs. If my numbers serve me right, 21 clubs. All right. And I know Lisa's been waiting in the back. Division H. 4 more officers trained.
Really quick.
Sure.
I love this thing that you allowed us to do, which is to meet with the area with clubs and do it. Particularly, I think my understanding is that clubs that don't come to leadership are the same clubs over and over. And having this personal touch and us going to them and serving them really opened up the dialogue and really just gave some CPR to them. And so I think I want to say.
Really. I'm going to backtrack here for a little bit because there's more that we should be excited about. And I steamrolled right past it. I don't know how I missed this. I don't know how. It was really at the very beginning. We're going to just keep going. Here. We're all doing great. Did you know new membership payments are up 25% year over year? We're number 2 in new membership payments in North America. It's fantastic. Out of 77 districts. DCP goals met, that's up 14%. All right, so the number of DCP points on the whole dashboard is up 14%. 10% more officers trained than last year over year. Awesome. We saw those numbers there. 8% more clubs this year got their dues paid on time. Easy DCP point. Easy point. And 10% more clubs this year got their officer list on time. If you look at these, I mean, these are all tracking towards DCP points in your clubs. Right? When they get more members, you get DCP points. When people are trained, you get points. So everything is fantastic. I know Bet did a great session on Moments of Truth and talking about club visits. We just want to make sure that we get those club visits in so we really understand what's happening in your clubs. If you see something that's not right, that needs attention, don't wait a month when you put your report in to say, hey, there's a problem here, tell us right away, right? Don't wait a month to put your report in and so then we know something's happening. Tell your division director, tell us so we can bring the resources in to support that. All right, does that sound reasonable? Perfect, all right. Well, now I'm gonna scroll back through the whole presentation again to catch up to where we were. And I believe we're, actually, I think we're diving into the next step of the agenda here. I think we're going into, no, I have some chair updates first. Let's go to the chair updates. We're gonna bring Janice back up, talk about the EP program.
So I want to thank everybody that came to the VP luncheon. It was awesome, and I couldn't do it, and I appreciate everybody's help to help me and filling the room for Cindy. Coming up next, I'm going to be putting together a contact list with all the VPPs and the VP leaders for each division. That way we can have conversations going around, sharing best practices, things like that. I'm also going to put together a letter that has kind of an intro with links to documents that I think are easy and will help people get acclimated to pathways. I also did a video with Dennis Dawson, and that was on, he invited me to be the power hour and do a presentation on pathways. And I show people how to log into the system, how to select their path, how to get through level 1. So this will be part of the letter. I'll send you the link, and that can be distributed to all of your clubs. And then I'm also going to be reaching out to the people when they signed up. They told me they wanted to be a leader for their division. And so I'll be reaching out to you because I want you to reach out to the clubs in your local areas, especially the ones who don't have a BPP signed up yet. And we want to get those people to have a BPP. And we want to find out what the clubs need as far as training beyond what we have already available. And if they need one-on-one training, we'll send out people from the BPP leader groups that I have. And we will be putting up a dashboard to show all the status because we are in a contest to have pathways completion. And I want to see if I can pull this up real quick. Yes, I was just looking at my, during the break, on my LinkedIn, it said, a leader takes people where they want to go. A great leader takes people where they don't necessarily want to go, but have to be. So we're great leaders, and we're going to take people on the pathways. Let's go.
Awesome. You have these 70 people there. Cindy Lash, who is our regional advisor, who lives out in Milwaukee. She works at Harley Davidson for more than 19 years, where they've started 5 Toastmasters Club. They had a fantastic presentation on leading through change, which is really what we're doing. We're leading our clubs and our members through change. So if your clubs need help with pathways, that's your first point of contact right over there. I know she'll be happy to help. I want to recognize one more person who I missed earlier. I want to recognize Sudha Krishnamurti. Come on up, Sudha. Sudha's probably wondering why. Why are you calling me up? I want to recognize Sudha for outstanding achievement Toastmasters Award. Her OATM award. Wasn't easy to get that, was it? No, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And I think that's a good transition to really talk about awards and recognitions. So I'm going to invite William Wilson for awards and recognitions.
Hi, good morning. I think Janice mentioned it briefly. We are going to have a great Vice President of Pathways Awards contest coming up. And each club will be competing with each other club in its division. And these clubs will be earning awards based on the number of levels and paths they earn in pathways. Excuse me. And the progress of each club and within the divisions will be posted up on a dashboard up on our D57 website. This will be posted up in the next couple of weeks, and clubs can go up and they can see how they're doing on the website. There'll be awards given per division. I also want to give a quick plug for a networking event that's coming up on Tuesday, November 12th in Walnut Creek at the Capital One Cafe. This is going to be open to all Toastmasters, and it's being promoted by two Toastmasters clubs, Goal Achievers and also Sunrise Toastmasters in Lafayette. And we're going to have this great networking event. On the top floor, there is going to be speed networking, which, if you're not familiar with, it's where you have an exchange, you give an elevator speech of 1 minute to the person across from you, and then after that 1 minute, then you move to the next person, and you give this elevator speech to the next person. And so if you want to practice your elevator speeches, this is a great way to do it. There's going to be free food and drinks, and you can register up on Eventbrite within the next couple weeks. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you can all make it.
We'll send the link.
The OATM form is also now been posted, and it's up on the D57 website as well. Sorry, I just realized I was on the agenda about 10 minutes ago. So this is like one major table topic.
And the new OATM has the VPT in it. So if you guys want to get it, yep.
It's a lot of points too.
Yes, it's worth a lot of points.
Great, thanks.
Thank you, William. Yeah, I've been handing these out. I have these fantastic ribbons. So if you're an area or division director, you can hand these fantastic ribbons on your club band. All right. If you haven't yet received one, they're going to be up front here. Grab one before you leave. All right. Quick agenda update. So where are we? We moved through half of the second half. We've got Ashley coming up to do our kickoff meetings. Then we've got Lisa talking to the area division councils, and then we're going to talk about HPL. All right, so that's what's coming up through the second half. Please help me welcome Ashley Jane.
Remember last session, just 2 weeks ago, we qualified leads for corporate clubs? That was a lot of fun. And once you do that, once you get the in, the next step to building a new club is to have a kickoff meeting so we can generate interest. To become a President's Distinguished Area, this is what you do. Now, I know we've had our open houses. Who's had an open house this season? Having a kickoff meeting is just like an open house, except you have a host introduction and a host closing as a sandwich in the meat of the open house. Who has gone to a kickoff before? Awesome. Okay, that's good. That's good. This is the structure of a kickoff meeting. You have a host who explains what Toastmasters International is and explains that it's an abbreviated meeting. Then we have the open house, so you know. followed by a host closing, wrapping up with the benefits that Toastmasters provides to the corporate club. How can the corporate club benefit from the Toastmasters program? As well as walking through the membership process to begin a club in the corporate setting, and then wrapping up with, let's meet next week or whenever the next meeting is. So we're going to simulate a kickoff meeting. Isn't that exciting? All right, let's do it. I'll pretend I'm the host. Thank you for coming to our kickoff meeting where we're going to demonstrate Toastmasters. Toastmasters International is a nonprofit educational program that consists of a worldwide network of clubs. You can think of Toastmasters as a training program where busy professionals meet every week to develop their communication and leadership skills. In our simulation, we're going to have an abbreviated Toastmasters meeting with a prepared speech, an evaluation of that prepared speech, and then also an impromptu speech. We're going to first start with a prepared speech that's going to be a testimonial of Toastmasters of how our program can benefit you. When you give a prepared speech, you're going to be organizing your thoughts and using vocal variety and body language to prepare an engaging performance. Let's have a prepared speaker, Beth Ballhopper.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster and host today. I'm Beth Ballhopper, and in 2005, I was sitting on my computer, typing away, and all of a sudden I felt a tap on my shoulder. And I just looked into the big brown eyes of Frank Bell, and he said, "You're gonna start going on customer calls. I'm gonna get you a headset." And I said, "No, I'm a software engineer. I write code, I don't talk to people." Anyways, this was the .com boom, and I got laid off many times, and I started realizing I need to add soft skills to my resume. So when I joined Verizon in 2005, I became a member of Toastmasters, and I learned how to not only feel comfortable when talking in design sessions, but also how to run meetings. We have agendas, we learn how to run meetings efficiently and effectively, and this has really changed my life. And today I'm almost an executive at GE Digital, and I run massive programs and really have a lot of impact. I am so thankful to Toastmasters for changing my life. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Now, as an evaluator, I have the challenge of giving feedback for Beth's speech. By giving an evaluation, I offer both praise and encouragement and also constructive feedback so that she can improve. I really appreciated that Beth gave her personal story in such a engaging manner. She really connects with the audience. Perhaps one feedback I can invite for her would be to make use of the stage, to move with different points. But all in all, it was an excellent speech, and I'm so happy to have Beth give her testimonial today. We're now going to move on to something called table topics, the impromptu speech portion. We have a special format for our kickoff meeting that you may have seen before. Rick Furbish method. Has anyone done that before? Okay. All right. So we have handed out index cards asking everyone in the room to write something interesting about themselves. I'm going to count down from 3, and then you're going to point to the person that you think wrote this. All right. This person in the room has a golden retriever that they love. So who could that be? 3, 2, 1. Point to the person you think that is. You know, a number of people might have golden retrievers, but the person I was thinking of was Steve Melman. Steve, let's talk about that.
Fellow Toastmasters, I recently acquired a new golden retriever, which I adopted from the San Martin shelter. She's not a purebred golden retriever, but she's a very, very sweet dog. But what I want to talk to you a little bit about is
the adoption process, because it actually ended up being very, very difficult to adopt a golden retriever into a working couple. Because the golden retriever rescues, lab rescues, they tend to want people that are going to be at home with the dogs or have families. I'm now an empty nester. My 2 girls are in Southern California, one's in college, she's at Harvard, the other one is making reality TV shows. But it was very difficult. And the only thing that came out of it, though, was one of the people that I met through the Golden Retriever Rescue in Northern California called me up and told me that this dog was down in the San Martin shelter. She'd be available the next day. Well, I think one of the keys of being a Toastmaster is to learn to be proactive. So I immediately called up the shelter and I said, hey, can I come down and see the dog today? And they said, yes. I drove down there. And right before 5 o'clock, I said, hey, can I fill out an adoption application? And they said, sure. And so I adopted the dog half a day early, drove back the next day after she was spayed, took her home, and now she is my new best friend. And so what I encourage all of you to be proactive. And one of the ways of being proactive is figure out what you want to do. If you want to be a better speaker, join Toastmasters. If you want to be a better leader, join Toastmasters. Go to the next open house that you've heard of, or the next club kickoff, or this club kickoff, and join this new club.
The next person sells franchises. Who could that be? 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow, okay, Diane.
Hello, thank you, Ashley. Who has gone to a franchise business lately? Maybe got your gas, your coffee, anything like that? Yes, there are a lot of franchises out there. So what I do is I work with good people and I match them up with good businesses based upon a person's goals, skills, and interests. Just because there's a franchise, it doesn't mean that it's a good franchise. So hopefully, we work with companies that are the best of the best. And we discourage people from going to those companies where they're not going to be successful or that their skills aren't going to be useful. Certainly, if someone has a Toastmasters background and can connect and talk with people, usually they're going to do much better in their franchise with customers, with employees. So I would certainly encourage you to look at a Toastmasters club if you're looking at getting into business.
Now that everyone in the room has pretty much had a chance to do table topics, because you want to maximize the time that prospective Toastmasters can do table topics, we are going to wrap up. And as your host, I want to thank you for having us at our demonstration meeting. Remember, the benefits of Toastmasters are communication and leadership, specifically with running meetings, having business presentations, and maybe even performance reviews. Let's have you become an official member now. We have membership applications. We have 40 of them for you to fill out. It's a simple 3-page application with pre-filled dues information. I will tell you that the total cost for 6 months of the self-improvement program is just $135. As an aside, that includes our $125 charter fee that's divided among 20 members, the $45 membership cost, and a $20 new membership cost. I want to invite you all to come back again. We have these meetings every week so that if you're at work and you have to miss a meeting, you can come right back and we'll be here waiting for you. Are there any questions about this kickoff process or any comments?
Hi, my name is Drew Taylor, and at these kickoff meetings and at open houses, I've had a lot of success in
me the discussions resonated is describing Toastmasters as a laboratory for communication and leadership skills. There are people that do a lot of professional advancement trainings and things like that, but others invest a lot in that. And Toastmasters is a great place for them to come and put those skills to use. So if you pay for Dale Carnegie or any of the other programs, you can come and put those skills you learn to use and practice them over and over again in a Toastmaster setting.
Thank you. I want to add that it's important that when we have these kickoff meetings, that we know what's going to happen when it comes to the sponsorship. How are the payments going to happen? Because sometimes if you're waiting for HR to say, we're going to pay for everything, or we're just going to pay for the membership, we don't want to be held back. But if the members, the prospective members, pay upfront the charter costs and everything, they can be reimbursed after the fact. It's always important to know what the clear expectations are of sponsorship. Because when you're having a kickoff meeting and there's interest, on a strike hot, get that club chartered, well, people are still excited. Otherwise, if it drags on for 3 years, we want to charter within a month or two. That's more realistic.
What's the charter fee?
The charter fee is $125 plus tax, and that can be divided among the 20 members, which is about $7, or it can be as a donation from just a few prospective members, or even the company if they agree on that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments to add about this process?
This is not specifically to the process. I was just wondering, this came to me when we come to open house. You haven't filled in the icebreaker, you haven't filled in the cards. So the two people who spoke, are they Toastmasters?
That's a good question. So you might want to start for kickoffs or open houses, someone who will do a great job giving a table topic. But for our purposes here, they were just someone from the crowd who filled out an index card, and we just pulled out their name and had them do a table topic.
Do you talk at all about the leadership committee roles at that point?
That's a good question. I would say do not yet talk about officer roles and things like that until it's chartered, because it's a lot to take in. It's a lot of information.
So, my home club, when we chartered 5 years ago, the demo meeting included about, I think it was about 15 minutes, and we were talking about, like, we got the name of the club, and we decided who wanted to be the initial leadership executive committee, that was all part of the meeting. So is that unusual that we did it that way, or is that something that should have?
Sounds like Ashley wants to respond to the question of whether there should be the club name, the officers during a kickoff meeting.
That's how we used to do it about 20 years ago. And that's fine, except for the fact that it slows the meeting down. The key to this is you want those people to have that application and tell them it's 3 pages but only 4 lines. Okay? And then you want to get that, then that's going to be later on. You can have them say, what's the name of the club? If you have a lot of time, that'd work. But anything that slows down the last part of it, which is you need to join us now. This is the greatest opportunity in your life. You're going to see everything get better for you. The rest of it can come later. But they used to do that all the time. And I've got videos on people doing very successful demo meetings and some that didn't.
So then when would you do the naming and the
Here, can I ask, I think you have to read your audience. If you have 45 people in a room, they're ready to go, they're ready to just get that thing done, you can spend the last 10 minutes picking the name and the officers. But if it's like, what is this? And you don't even know, then you're gonna have a different group. You might have to have a few weeks, and then the final week, you pick who the officers are. But just know the group and where you are with them.
At minimum, it takes like 2 meetings to get those 20 payments in, and that's a miracle. I mean, that's really exceptional. If we can do it in 1 month, that's great. But typically, we want to wait until everyone's just paid, check or cash, until we do officers.
One last thing. If someone at the last wants to, like in the corporation you're at, says, I want to speak, be careful. They may kill your meeting. You have chef masters get clapped, get smacked because of that. When we got up and began thanking everybody in the company for letting us do this, and then the bell rang and they all walked out. So be careful about who you ask to come up at the end to speak.
Yeah, I guess if someone is draining the energy, you want to step in and just keep it upbeat.
I had an experience, I forget what else.
We can take questions afterward too. We move on. All right, I see the high-performing divisions, D and H, for Ro and Lisa. These are the leads we have for all the companies in our district, pretty much. For every division. The highlighted ones, they're already having kickoffs. Okay, we want way more than 2, but this is where we're at. We want to fill this in with leads. Companies, organizations, churches that are at least 300 employees.
Are these connected, is that Abbott connected to me?
Abbott, I believe it's in your division. It's a new one. It's a new one. It just came in. Pleasanton.
Oh,
We've had clubs at Autodesk before, I think we had one some time ago.
Oh, fantastic. We can connect Division C and Ashley. This is just for everyone's knowledge. This is what we have. Cornerstone is a church. Yeah. With Todd, yeah. Any comments or questions on this? I see people taking photos. That's excellent. Yeah, we have a lead sheet out there. Go ahead and write your stuff. Jerome,
Know what they're going to pay, give them the worst case scenario, and make it as concise as possible, because when you start listing things, it reminds them of a cable bill or a really bad sales pitch. So make sure you have the worst case scenario on what it's going to pay. For most people, it's going to be nominal, but still you want to have a number that they can latch on to, because you don't want to keep tacking things on. Oh, there's also $20 for new members. Oh, just be concise, and then you can, when they want to know what it comes, read back.
how much did I say? Who was listening closely? What was that total amount?
$135.
$135, yes. $135 altogether for the 6 months. All right. The challenges. We are in October right now. Through Thanksgiving, this is the time that's going to happen. This is a great time to charter a club. You can do it within a month. It's possible. I'm looking at our division directors. I know you've been through this before. I'm counting on you. Each division, build a club. When the holidays hit, when the contests happen, there's not going to be that force. The momentum is now. Build a club by Thanksgiving. I challenge you to do that, especially these clubs with 100% training in D and H. You have the experience, we have the motivation, let's do it. Meetup and club website. I'm going to explain the process again with Meetup. All right, so you have a club that's not yet on Meetup. Email me, and I'm going to email the co-organizer in your group, and then I'm going to set up a recurring meeting. That's the simplest process we can make it for Meetup. Still have not had too much participation with the club website and the Meetup, but that's always an incentive there for you. I know some people have participated since. Who's done it since the last 2 weeks or ever since? I know Bill's not here, he's in Phoenix, but he participated. The Meetup and the website. Send that to my email. All right, division directors, it's all you. It can't be everywhere. This is a large district. I'm looking to you to build a club. On to Lisa, who's going to do our area and division council.
I'm going to talk a little bit about building an area and division council, and I'm going to be very transparent, tell you that this is a work in progress for me. And I will also start by saying that everything I learned about being an area director and I'm learning about being a division director, I learned from being a coach. I'm a life coach. So some of the practices here are what I'm doing as a division director. First thing in coaching is that we start from a standpoint that believes that everyone that we coach is naturally whole, resourceful, and complete in themselves, and that they are the experts. Therefore, we want to know what they know and where they want to go. The next thing is that we want to encourage them to do things that they haven't already done. One of the things in coaching is that when somebody says, this is what I want to do, and we say, how would you like to approach that? Typically, the first 5 things that they'll tell you are things that they've already done. That means you need to get them to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to move into someplace new. And you do that by establishing a council so that you're sharing ideas. Love the idea, the thing that we did in the pathways is that sharing, that exercise, brain writing, which is that you write your question and pass it along. The biggest learning for me as an area director that I'm now using as division director is I had an epic fail in the year of the epic run. And my epic fail was with a club that had just started in my division, in my area, and immediately was dying. And I went in all gung-ho, showing them what they needed to do, doing this. They wanted to grow their membership. And I went in rah-rah with them and gave them all kinds of ideas, but they were burnt out as leaders. And the meeting just tanked because I didn't care. I didn't stop long enough to ask them what was going on with them. So my first thing is people first. And that happened in our division council this year. We have a division council that is expanding, but it's our current team of 4 area directors, myself, and the outgoing team. Ashley's part of it. We had a handoff meeting where first thing we did is I used photo cards and had people introduce themselves through the photo card. And they were we learned things that someone played an instrument. We learned about someone's daughter. We learned about their interests from a different place, just who they are. Our team keeps expanding. And have you all heard the expression that you have blood family and then family of choice? It's sort of the same principle. Is the blood family in the division or the area is your team. It's myself, in my case, and the 4 area directors. The areas have the same thing. But the team can be much bigger than that. I know that any time that I run into a problem, or that I'm confused, or that I'm reading what's going on in the world, and I don't know, I'm talking to Ashley and Jean Cunningham and Tyree and reaching out to people to find out what's another perspective, because that's another coaching principle, is expanding from what we know to this. So let me share some ideas that I'm working on, is when you're having their club visits and your area visits, notice what's going on in the room and call upon the leaders. People love to be invited. And they love to be invited by name, not like, who would like to be this? They want to be John. John, I noticed that this, would love to have you come to this. So really invite people by name. I know that some of my team right now rate people because they've been tapped. And they were tapped early. And it's not too early, by the way. Right now, we should be tapping people for next time. The hardest thing as a division and area directors, and even as a club officer, is getting people involved. And that happens by tapping. So some of the ideas that we have is we meet regularly as a division council, and we meet socially. So we had met at the Beer Baron, and completely did not any business. We just got together. I think it's a great idea. One of the things I do that I've done it every year for the last few years is after the contest, the international contest, I hosted evening at my house where I have it's called You Be the Judge, and we watch the contestants and we do our own judging and then we talk about it. This year, I want to invite people that my area directors have noticed in their clubs are shining stars waiting to be tapped, so that we start expanding that network. There's no reason that you can't have a coffee meeting and just say Pete's on this night and invite people specifically to come to that. So those are the areas that it can be not as structured as I once thought. Is really open up the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th idea about growing your division in your area. Thanks.
Thank you. I know Division G, they're going to Bear Republic, and they're just going to get some food and meeting up there. And Ashley and Paula Foster last year, they went to a baseball game. I think it was a high school baseball game. Yes, yes. So it's a local rivalry within the area council. All right. These are things that you can do to build the relationship with your club presidents, with your VPs of education, within your areas, and even thinking broadly your divisions. Right? It doesn't need to be all work, right? Build the relationship, have fun. Don't put off meeting just because you can't get maybe 1 or 2 clubs there, right? Meet anyways. Not everybody's gonna respond to your emails, right? You may ever get people that don't respond to your emails. They don't call you back. Don't let those people hold you back from having your meetings, right? Where you can build those relationships and really set the foundation for success next year. All right? Any other questions about how you start your own area council or your division council, who your members are, things that you can do during your council meetings? Any questions? This is new. We didn't really talk about this last year. We didn't talk about this last year. So this is new. Suda.
Is there a manual or resource on the Toastmasters website to read on about area council?
Good question. I don't know.
Because I need all of it.
I think so. There's probably. But we're gonna follow up on that. There's a hand back there somewhere. Ashley.
When I was an area director, I told the club presidents that they were the ones putting on the contest, and that they had to find a place and staff it. And that worked partially. That's a message that needs to be put out so you don't get stuck doing it on yourself. Because it's them that want the contest. And if you tell them they're not going to have a contest, they'll pillory you. So it's important to make sure that they buy in and actually participate.
And there's only one contest this year. All right?
That's not quite
one club contest. All right? Clubs are doing a contest in January. But you're going to need the club's help to run your area contest. All right? You can't do it all yourself. And if you're a division director, you were an area director before, you know that you need help. You need a team. And we're going to talk a lot more about contests at the next day on November 23rd. All right, last question, Dr. Bear.
It's not a question, but a request. There are 33 area directors, and if we can have a Google Doc where everybody share their experiences, then we can have like conversation. Or as a finance manager, I'm maintaining the Google Doc so that the next finance manager, the questions I had, the struggle I had, or something so you can share your experiences with that. So I would request all of you to maintain a Google Doc or your diary, personal diary, so that the next officer gets something with us. You'll find your successor soon.
Good succession plan. Okay, let's move on. We're going to talk now about the high performance leadership project. All right. Mercy, while you're coming up, Mercy, I'm going to do a quick handball. Who needs to do their HPL, that is the acronym, to get their DTM this year, or just want to do it in the future? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we got like at least 15 in here. Who has no idea what an HPL is? All right, but clearly you want to do it now because everybody else is doing theirs, right? Fantastic. Well, Mercy is gonna get us started and talk a little bit more about what the HPL is, and then we're gonna do a bit of an exercise that's gonna be really fun. All right. So Mercy, I'm gonna hand it over to you, and you can use the left and right arrow there to move it forwards and back.
Hi, good morning. I saw a lot of hands that need help to conduct a high performance leadership project. I hope this is the right meeting that you have attended in your life to accomplish your project. The agenda here is, first I'm going to talk about the purpose of HPL. Then we're going to move on to the 6 leadership skills with Kevin's help. And then self-evaluation and putting it into practice. Let's start with the purpose of the HPL project. Anybody have seen this manual? This is the HPL. It says here, a Toastmasters International Leadership Development Program. Just with the title of this book, it says the HPL is to develop your leadership skills. And to be an effective leader, it takes time. So the HPL project will not be completed not in a short period of time. It will take longer. As for the area director and the division director, it will take you a year to complete your high performance leadership project. With that, I have a graphic here that says that there is a difference between a leader and a manager. With that, I have a handout, okay? There's a handout there. You could spread it out. Thank you. An effective leader is not a matter of, it's not about you. It's about service to the community. And if you are a good HPL leader, as the cartoon says, they support you. Because of your power of persuasion, you could enroll them into accomplishing your mission goals. Mission, and goals. Okay, I gave you a hint. At this time, Kevin will perform an exercise for all of you. There are 6 leadership skills that you have to incorporate while doing the HPL project. One of them is vision and values. Is there some more that you could think of that's included in the 6 leadership projects? Skills? Come on.
I think the better question,
Okay.
so why does a leader need to have vision? Why does a leader need to have values? To know where you're going. Absolutely. Ever worked under somebody who had no idea where you were going, what you were trying to accomplish? Not a good leadership experience. No. What's the next one, Mercy? Direction. Direction. Anybody had a manager who wouldn't give them direction, tell them what to do, right? On a day-to-day basis, forget where you're going strategically. I'm seeing a big head nod from Julie in the back. Direction, guidance, where are we going? How do you do things? What's the next one? Persuasion. Who here needs to use persuasion as a district officer? Or at work? Or with your family? All of it, right? Persuasion, a really valuable leadership skill. What's the next one?
Where am I? Oh, shit.
Point forward. Support.
Over there.
Do you feel as district officers that you have enough support? What about the club presidents and the VPs of education under you? Are you supporting that? Giving them guidance and feedback? Support. What's the next one, Mercy? There you go. Development. You come into the year knowing nothing, and at the end of the year, you've grown, you've learned a lot, you've been coached and mentored. Who here has had a bad experience being developed by a leader they had to work with, or got no development from them? Yeah, me too. Me too.
Last but not least.
Last but not least, appreciation. Are you recognizing those who you're working with when they're being successful? Have you been overlooked when you thought you should be recognized? Absolutely. All right. So thinking about probably these 6 different kind of leadership skills, we're going to take 5 minutes and do a quick self-evaluation. So Beth handed out a bunch of these forms. All right, so it's simple, right? Next to each of the items, you're going to write down a 1, which means I'm not good at that, or a 5, I am the best person in the world to do this. And then you're going to total them up for the categories and do a little calculation. All right, make sense? If you have a question, raise your hand. I'll come to you. 1 to 5, 1 being bad. Means you have lots of room for improvement.
I think you mean 1 as emerging. It's not yet developed, as you say. That's right.
Exactly. Now, as you wrap up, at least with what you have, and you flip over your page, you can take your scores, put them next to each category. Just write them down at the top on the back side. And I'll tell you what to do next. So at the top of your sheet on the back, you have a score for your vision and values, which should be somewhere between 1 to 5. A score for your direction and persuasion. What you're going to do is start plotting those scores on this little spider diagram. And I'm having Jerome do it first, so you can see what it looks like. All right. So you're going to put score as a dot next to the appropriate thing. All right. So for vision and values, which is on that y-axis, you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So put the dot in. Don't worry to get this back, Jerome. All right, we're building a little spider chart here. Looking good, Carl, looking good. All right, when you're done, raise yours up. When it starts to look like this, raise yours up. All right, some good looking one over there. Got it over here. All right, okay, I see that, looking good. All right, looking good, Julie. I like that. So the point of the exercise is to do a self-evaluation to see what leadership skills you have that are good and what are your opportunities to improve. Does that sound like any project you know? Like an icebreaker? What are you doing well? What could you do to improve? The HPL in this exercise is your starting journey as a leader to figure out what you're doing well and what you can do to improve. And what you're going to learn as I kick things back over to Mercy as she wraps hers up. When you go through the HPL program, you're going to work on a project where you can start to figure out and develop some of these skills. And then at the end of the project, see how these skills grew and how you grew as a leader. This is a really powerful project. All right, we do the same thing in communication all the time. You do a speech, you get feedback, and you improve. The HPL is all about figuring out where you are now as a leader, working on a project, an initiative, getting feedback, and improving as a leader. All right. This is a fun exercise. Learn something about yourself, hopefully. All right, Mercy, I'm going to kick it back over to you.
I'll go back to your results in a little while with program 1, project 1 of the HPL. There are 5 steps in the HPL project. The 5 steps are the self-evaluation, which is the leadership skills. Number 2 is select and share. Select your guidance committee and share your vision and goals, and also your core values. Number 3 is to take action. After you have an action plan, establishing an action committee, you have to work the plan. Assign timetables, make a strategic plan of how to accomplish your mission. And number 5, evaluate and present the results. Let's dissect each one of the projects. The first project is learning about leadership. You already have started project number 1 because you have completed this one. The
You just started
leadership profile.
You just started.
You just started it. And you could just transfer that to your manual. And then the second part is select a project. When you select a project, have you heard of the SMART? It should be one person at a time. Okay. So the
Specific for this, and then somebody else get it done.
okay, the M is measurable, the A is attainable, and R is realistic, and the time is time. T is time. Time attainable. When you accomplish that leadership, your profile, then you are ready to move on to this is an example of the self-evaluation of leadership skills. On project number 1, you have to present your baseline, that what you did. You have to present that, and in project number 4, you have to present when you have completed the project, almost complete the project. So you could see the improvement from all of those 6 leadership skills. I like the bar diagram instead of a spider diagram. Project 2, now you are ready to to write down your vision, the mission, and core values. I have a handout here that shows the difference between the mission statement and the vision statement. But my ink was not aligned, that's why I was not able to copy. But if you like, I could send this to email. The core values, the example of the core values is like what Toastmasters International has been all along. It's the IRIS, integrity, respect, excellence, and service. You could mimic the core values of Toastmasters International, incorporating it into your project. The project number 3 is really commitment to your objective. At this time, you have to have your action committee. Those people who are willing to ride the boat with you and will not make the boat sink. You know, you have to choose your committees, your action team that they're really committed to what you are doing and towards your goals and objectives. At this time, at Project 3, you have an action, a strategy, an action plan, and decide on roles, goals, and make a timetable. This is the date you have started and what time you have to finish. At the fourth, all the Project 1, Project 2, Project 3 incorporate the leadership skills, which is vision and values, direction, and persuasion. So you have used that on the up to Project 3. At Project 4, now you are ready to work your plan. You help the team accomplish their mission. And you have to use the 3 remaining leadership skills, which is support, development, and appreciation. You have to support your team in every way possible, even stepping out of their way if needed. Development. To keep the action team working with you, they have to have something on it too. They have a question, what is it for me? You have to make them realize that there is something for them to grow and develop too. And appreciation. If the work is really completed and it's a good job, learn to appreciate them. Have a party, have a celebration that you have accomplished the task. And also with that, in project number 4, you have to assess the progress of the team. And how are they going along? If there's some setbacks and obstacles, you have to handle them very well. And you have to be decisive in your action. At this time, on Project 4, you will assess your personal progress. Remember the chart that I told you? You have to complete the personal skills assessment. It's a test where your weaknesses, have you improved a lot, or your strengths in leadership skills was maintained. And with that, you also have to deal with people's problems. Because you cannot, a person who was not dealt with their problem will get stuck at their position and they will not contribute anything. If there is an obstacle among your people, the project will not move forward. So you have to deal with that. And lastly but not the least, you have to, if possible, if the project is near completion, you have to make some changes and tweaks. sometimes it's hard to let go of the mission. If it's impossible, let it go and reevaluate your progress and change the mission. It's not too late. Just as long as you are in the right direction. And the last project is analyzing and presenting your results. At this time, you have learned everything. You know your leadership skills, the 6 leadership skills, what you are good at. You know, you have the guidance committee with you too. You have the action committee with you. You have the strategic plan, the action plan. You've learned so much more of leadership skills, and I hope when you are in Project 4, you could see the changes in you as a leader, that you have incorporated those leadership skills with you. And then when you are in Project 5, you have to analyze your results, assess the outcomes, determine the changes, and implement changes. And the most important thing about this is get feedback, even from your guidance counselors and club members. They're really important for you. Just like in Toastmasters, we develop our speech through feedback. And also with your project as a leader, feedback is really very important. You should decide whether to incorporate their advice or not. You have your own discretion too. I'm doing that. Your team, in summary, it will consist of yourself as the project leader. You have a guidance committee, you have the action committee, and club members. Club members is mentioned over here because at the first project 1, you have to present a speech. You have to share your vision to your club. And on project number 5, you have to present your results, reassess your results. The HPL project consists of 5 meetings. The project 5 consists of meeting with your guidance counselors. While you are working on your projects, you have to meet with your guidance counselors because they will provide you feedback. In choosing a guidance counselor, it's more important that they have experience doing the HPL project. Because if they are not, they cannot share what they don't have. So choose the right guidance counselors. You have to meet with them for 5 times. So in summary, the HPL project consists of 5 meetings with your guidance counselors and 2 presentations in your club. The first is sharing your vision, and the last one is presenting your results. The next step, if you are working on the traditional educational program, you have to buy the HPL book, which costs $14. With that $14, there's also three books for the guidance committee. To pick a project, Kevin has suggested if you want to be a president's distinguished area or division director, you could do that as a project. As a matter of fact, Toastmasters Leadership Club is sponsoring that. You don't have to choose a guidance counselor because Toastmasters Leadership Club will provide you that. Most of them are past district officers. And also, if you are a DTM chair or some campus chair, I did my HPL project when I was the campus chair during the District 57 conference. And also, you could do some project outside of Toastmasters. The other HPL project that I did is the marriage prep program leading to the convalidation of marriage. those couple who are married civilly, I initiated for them to attend the marriage preparation program so that they could get married in the church. Those are just some examples. The point in choosing an HPL project is you have to work with 3 to 5 people that you will supervise. Because if you cannot practice your leadership skills unless you supervise people. And last but not least, if you're working on the pathways, there are 3 pathways that requires the HPL project: the dynamic leadership, the effective coaching, and innovative planning. 8. The 8 of them, HPL is an elective. But if I were you, I will choose an HPL project. You know why? Practice doesn't make you perfect, in my opinion. Practice will make you a better leader. Any questions?
Who here is gonna, I have a question. So who here in the crowd is thinking, I'm gonna do my HPL because I want a crisis systems area or division? All right. Who's thinking of doing something different? Okay, so about 50-50. All right. All right. Who here doesn't know what their project's gonna be? All right. So maybe let's talk about that briefly. Like, Mark, you don't know what your project's going to be. So what's the confusion? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I just haven't given much thought yet. I'm not sure if I'll do something around Toastmasters or something outside.
Okay. Yeah, and I was talking with Patricia Dessa. She does a ton of leadership projects at work, launching products and organizing events, so she's going to do a work thing. So that makes sense. Lisa. Julie.
To throw this out there, I have several opportunities for HPL qualified. Come see me about TOI.
Yeah, no, and she's right. I mean, she has a point. So there are options, right? So I think conservatively, I think we have about 50, probably more since we first asked, more than 50 people working towards their DTM this year. Right? Which is a lot of people, whether they HPL, do they need to coach, do they need to sponsor, have they done communication, like organizing all of that, working with other teams to get those people towards their DTM. I mean, that's a leadership role in and of itself. We're still looking for a masterclass chair, somebody who can promote the webinars we want to do, collect topics, actually execute and run them, promote them. You know, so we can even use an HPL chair. You can use an HPL chair as an HPL. So there are opportunities, not just as an area or division director to do an HPL, but even for a regular member, or if you want to do something outside of your role, to do an HPL like on Julie's team, as well as James and Zora on the conference team. There could be some opportunities there too. All right.
A quick question. I'm working on my DTM through Pathways. I am not doing right now one of the paths that requires HPL. What's the difference between an HPL and a capstone, a DTM capstone project?
That's a good question.
I know.
Mercy?
It's similar. They will, this year, they will recognize the HPL project as a
capstone. Okay. This year. Okay.
And also, I have the copy of the new Pathways HPL. So if anyone wants to do that, I will send it to Kevin so that it will be spread out.
Any other questions about the HPL? the High Performance Leadership Project. All right. If you have questions about the HPL, about patron projects, how it works, ask. We want to queue those up for you pretty quickly, especially if you're planning to do it as part of your area or division. I mean, we're a quarter of the way through the year. You're already getting through your first visits. You're thinking about your area and your division council meetings. I mean, that's your action committee right there, your area council, your club presidents, VPs, everything. That's your action committee. So if you're going to do it, this is the time to really commit to it in the next 30 days. All right. We've come to the end of our time here today. I can't believe it. It's gone so fast. So fast. They're all grown up. They're all grown up. All right. Who here has an area visit scheduled the next 2 weeks? All right. Fantastic. Let's get those area visits completed. Go visit your clubs. We're not asking you to submit the reports right away. That's a whole process. Visit your clubs. Let us know if there's any challenges, any opportunities. When do open houses incentives finish? All right, we had fantastic open houses already. Many guests. I had a great one at her club as well. The room was packed. The room was packed. They like literally doubled their membership in one open house. We have.
I think we got 6 members, but we may have gotten more because they keep getting emails. We now have a mentorship challenge because we have to give everyone mentors. We divide them up during our off committee.
Good problem to have. That's a good problem to have. All right, so in open houses, we have great resources around how to run an excellent open house on the website. So if you go to the website, b57tm.org, go to club experience, there's a section there just for open houses. And of course, club coaching. I actually talked about club coaching. There's some clubs that can definitely use a club coach. When October 15th rolls around, 11th to the 15th, somewhere in there, the dashboards are going to update. All of the number of active members in your club is going to drop. So you may have some clubs now that are struggling, but they have more than 12 members and they don't qualify for a coach. The club is struggling, their membership levels drop to 12 or under. This is the time, October and November is the time to get a coach assigned to them. Right? It can be you or it can be somebody else that you know is really strong. When you visit your clubs, and these are, you visit President's Distinguished clubs, clubs that know what they're doing, that will be a place to look for club coaches who can help the other clubs in your area. All right? That's the next 30 days. Does that sound pretty reasonable? Some things to keep in mind over the next 30 days? Any questions about the next 30 days? Good, you've been clear. You're clear communicators. November, we're going to talk a lot more about contests because area contests are going to be coming up in February. We're going to be talking about new club leads because now we want to start working through new clubs. And we're also going to be talking about club retention. I've been talking with all the division directors about what's going on with their divisions, what's going on in your clubs, who's struggling. As far as I'm concerned, I don't really want to lose any clubs this year. It doesn't mean we won't. I know we will. But if we plan ahead of time for clubs that might be struggling and put a plan in place now, we can definitely turn things around. But if we wait until May or June, we're probably not going to turn them around. So we're going to be thinking about club retention in the next 60 days. All right? And TLI. TLI is not on there. 3 TLIs. I know Julie's here. I'm pretty sure we have 2 of the dates. Nothing signed, but we're pretty confident about 2 of the dates. So January 11th at Diablo Valley College, January 18th in Hayward. I'll be TLI South, and we're looking at a date to do a TLI North. All right, so we're gonna start opening registration up for that hopefully in November. We're gonna get people signed up. All right, that's the next 30, 60 days, lots to do. All right, but so many opportunities for our guests, for our members and our officers to really experience excellence. All right, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll see you all November 23rd.